What is up, guys? Ghost here, welcome back to the channel. Bit of a Battlefield news roundup for you guys today. We have a map sizes comparison for some of the larger maps in Battlefield 6. Call of Duty's new Black Ops 7 trailer dropped yesterday, and well, personally, I found it a bit underwhelming. It left me with a feeling of what is Call of Duty anymore? 20 million players played in the Battlefield 6 beta, and we got an update on the master key bug for Battlefield 2042. So, if you guys enjoy the content here on the channel, don't forget to hit that sub button. Plenty more to come on Battlefield 6 2042 and beyond that. Also, you can follow me over on Twitch. I will be live streaming the game a bunch, both here on YouTube and on the Twitch channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for the support, especially over the past month or two. It's really been insane. Couldn't do this without you, so thank you guys so much for that. Alright, first of all, let's take a look at this map comparison. So this is basically come via data mining, and I showed you guys something similar the other day, but here we have a few more of Battlefield 6's maps. And it says these map boundaries were hand-drawn with the help of orthographic projection renders of data mined map meshes imported into Blender. The boundaries are estimates and are in general conservative. Any judgment should be reserved until the final product is revealed. So if anything, these basically could be smaller than the actual map sizes, but just bear that in mind, take it with a grain of salt. These are data mined and then basically made within Blender from the information that they found within the game files. So these aren't all certain, but I wanted to show you guys regardless. So towards the bottom here, you can see Empire State, then we've got Siege of Cairo, and we've got the Iberian Offensive. Iberian Offensive and Siege of Cairo are similarly sized here in terms of square kilometers, I would say. Liberation Peak there, of course, a little bit bigger. And then to the north side of this graphic, we have the bigger maps in the game. So you're going to notice Mirak Valley is absolutely huge. It does say this is old, it's from September 2024, and that is actually the one we took a look at last time, but apparently the one that's sort of slightly more glowing here is the latest version of Mirak Valley. Looks kind of square down there in the bottom corner there. It looks actually smaller now than it was before, although the deployments have shrunk a lot. I did wonder last time like why the deployments were so huge. Apparently they were like 100 square meters, which is kind of massive just for a deployment. Those have shrunk down a little bit there. And yeah, Mirak Valley looks to be pretty darn huge. Then we've actually got Eastwood. This is one of the maps that's going to be set in California. This will not be there on launch. I think it's probably going to be a Season 1 map, but it has been data mined and we found concept art for it and the rest of it. Then we also have the Badlands there, which again is going to be post-launch. Seems like heavy work in progress. And then we've got New Sobek City. Sobek City is the second map set in Cairo, Egypt. And this is actually going to be like the smaller of the ones that are on screen here, but you'll notice it's still, I would say, a little bit bigger than Liberation Peak. It's a lot more chunky. It doesn't have that central mountain that splits a lot of the flags on Liberation Peak, really, you know, creating two different paths through the map. Sobek City here looks like it's going to be more of a square map, maybe with the objectives in the corners, and then one in the middle that's going to create some kind of a like meat grindery situation. Or, you know, it could well be that this is going to be a 6-flag map, so we'll just have like 2-2-2. Okay, moving on from that, yesterday was Gamescom, the opening night live, and we saw the Call of Duty Black Ops 7 gameplay reveal trailer, and I think it's fair to say most people were somewhat underwhelmed. The top comment here on their actual trailer is, "This actually made me pre-order Battlefield 6, and this has over 40,000 likes on it. The next one is, "I expected nothing and they still managed to disappoint." And this is like kind of what I expected from the COD trailer. A lot of crazy movement in here. I saw wingsuits, I saw some kind of crazy jumping mechanism, maybe like an exoskeleton. This one seems to be very much like robot themed. There was crazy sliding going on there. And then these are some of the cosmetics that they showed off at the end for the Vault edition. Yeah, not really my cup of tea or what I'm looking for, so I don't think this is going to be much of a threat to Battlefield 6, honestly, unless, of course, this is the kind of game that you're looking for, in which case you're probably not looking forward to a more authentic, grounded experience like Battlefield 6 is offering. I do want to give them some props, though, because they did use Master of Puppets by Metallica as the song for this trailer, which was freaking awesome, honestly. So good job there, Call of Duty. You picked a good song. But outside of that, it just kind of looks like another Call of Duty game with, you know, a new gimmick, which is basically like the wingsuit and more movement in there. There's this new robot theme, like I said, and yeah, overall, I don't think it's going to be a major threat. I think it's coming out in November, so basically around a month after Battlefield 6 releases. Going to be very, very interesting to see just how many people jump off of BF6 to go and pick up this game and what they're going to think of it. I'm sure I will be trying out the beta, as I always do, and then consequently not purchasing the game because I realize it's the exact same game that they put out every single year. But we'll see, I'll definitely give it a try and give you guys my thoughts on it here on the channel. And that segues nicely into the next bit of news, and this comes out of Battlefield Bulletin. He says, breaking, a new update from Oppenheimer's investment firm estimates the Battlefield 6 open beta total player count is close to 20 million players, up from the firm's prior estimate of 5 million plus. While Weekend 1 of Open Beta set a high bar for players, Weekend 2 did not elevate the bar to new heights, with players' negative feedback concentrated in the Rush game mode. The firm, which does not believe the criticism on Rush is detrimental to the overall positive player impression thus far, has an outperform rating and $185 price target on EA shares. So EA shares have definitely started going up. I wouldn't quite say that they're soaring, but they're doing well after the Battlefield 6 beta and the interest in the game. 20 million players though, that is quite a few people right there. It's starting to look like EA's 100 million player goal. Maybe that actually is realistic. I kind of scoffed at that originally and said, there's no shot you're getting 20 million players, EA. But, you know, maybe with the Battle Royale pulling in a lot of players from those different genres as well, perhaps it could happen. And finally here today, I wanted to touch on the broken attachment on the SWS in Battlefield 2042. For anybody who saw my video that I put out last night, the SWS's Master Key attachment was dealing far too much damage. Every single pellet of the Master Key was basically doing the same damage as the SWS itself. So if you put armor-piercing rounds on there, you could shoot vehicles out of the sky, you could take down tanks by yourself. It was honestly insane. And as I thought would be the case, it is now on Dice's radar after I made a video on it. I know Enders has made a video as well, and he was like playing on it live on stream yesterday. And they say a server-side update has taken place on Battlefield 2042. The following changes are now live across all platforms. They've removed bullet dispersion from the Lynx, that's the new sniper rifle, when aiming down sights and not moving, and then the Master Key underbarrel attachment has been disabled across all supported weapons, pending a fix to its pellet damage. Thank you for your patience as we work to investigate these issues. Now, I know there's going to be people in the comments of this video saying, Ghost, why did you make a video on that? Like, you showed everybody the exploit, although I tried to keep it as secretive as possible so that people wouldn't use it that much. But I got a lot of flack for that video saying, like, why did you use this gun? Like, you knew it was broken. Sorry, but DICE literally created a god gun that could one-shot anyone, anywhere on the map, and also allowed you to solo vehicles. Like, if they put that thing in the game of their own volition, you can bet your ass I'm going to use it for a round or two to try it out, right? I needed to record stuff for the video regardless. There was no chance I was not going to pick this thing up and try it out once I heard about it. And you can whine and say, oh, but you like ruined the experience for the players on the other team, Ghost. Yeah, dude, it's a game. Like, grow up. Who gives a crap? We knew DICE was going to fix it this morning anyway. DICE break shit in Battlefield games all the time. I mean, just look at the Battlefield 6 beta. The shotgun was broken. And I think it's fair to say we all knew it was broken. It was overpowered. But we all used it, right? Now, after I'd used it for a round or two, sure, I went and put it down. I'm like, okay, this is not fun anymore. This feels too easy. So I'm going to put this thing down. The same as I did with this exploit gun, right? It doesn't feel that fun, in truth, after you've played around with it. But I actually think the best way to get DICE to fix these things is to bring it to the masses sometimes. The more people who start using it, the quicker DICE are going to act and fix it. And truthfully, there was a part of me who thought, you know, I don't really need to make a video on this thing. I could just try to message the people at DICE, maybe Drunksy, maybe David Serland, maybe the community managers, let them know, hey, this thing is really broken and you should vault it before people start using it. But every time I've tried to contact them in the past and give them feedback about Battlefield 6 or really anything, they don't answer me. I don't get any replies. So I thought, what is the point? So yeah, I had some fun with the weapon, and if you feel like I should burn in the eternal fires of hell for that, then you're welcome to that opinion. But all I'm saying is, those videos that went out got the weapon pulled pretty damn fast, so it worked. Right, I'm going to leave it there for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed as usual. Sorry if I got on a bit of a ranty tangent there at the end. You know, sometimes these things just need to be said. People just overreact in the comments, and I'm like, dude, stop being like dramatizing everything. It's not really that big of a deal. It's a game. We play computer games. I make videos talking about games. Like they're just games, dude. Like they're just things we do for recreation. So like, I don't know, whatever. Anywho, subscribe to stay up to date with Battlefield, and I'll see you guys in the next video.